Oh, this. Oh my god. Give me a second, everybody. This is not going how I intended. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome in. Hold on, I'm fixing some things. This is supposed to be the members only live stream, and for some reason, it's not doing it. Just give me a minute. Is that why? It messed everything up. That is crazy. Save that. Get out of here. There we go. Got it. I got it. Where is my... Why can't I see it? Something updated? Good. Alrighty, here we are. We did it. We're here. This is going to go smooth. I I've had quite a day today, but we're going to do this every Tuesday, Thursday nights. We're going to be having members only chat. You all can still sit here and listen to everything that I'm saying, but the whole point of the members only is the fact that they will be the ones requesting any charts outside of what I already cover. So I mentioned this in the last night's stream, so hopefully you all don't hate me completely for it. But we are back to normal stream as of tomorrow, where it's going to be open to everybody, but this is just a way for it to be a little special for the members out there. So I'm going to be covering Bitcoin as well as many other cryptos that are normally requested very frequently, but then on top of that, if the members have any requests, we will go into those. But yeah, if you guys want to sit there and chit chat and whatnot, then sorry, Tuesday, Thursday nights, they are not the nights for you. It's special for them for supporting the channel a little bit better than normal. Anyways, let's dive on into this. We're looking into Bitcoin right now. So looking at, oh yeah, also if you guys think you can bypass it, it's sub only over on Twitch as well. So there's that. Anyways, so looking at Bitcoin right now, you can see we have been trying our best to stay in this channel. So far, it has been used pretty strongly as support, but then again, we are utilizing this 97,920 as extremely strong resistance. This is a big problem for Bitcoin. I'm going to get rid of this line here. I'm going to clean up the chart just a little bit so I can see it a bit more clearly while we're live right now, and this is also going to help me with TA later on down the line. So let's get rid of this line as well. Let's see where I got it from. So going into the weekly, I basically got these two levels to work with at the moment, which right now it is posing as serious resistance at 101. So 101,134. That is the price to beat. And then right below that, we are finding a lot of resistance at this 97,862 level, give or take. Let me see if I got it right. Okay, right there. So maybe 97,912. So right now, these are the two levels that Bitcoin's having the biggest issues with. And if we look on the weekly, we have nothing below us before $7,269. So if the market wanted to turn back on us, we could see a massive correction or pullback on Bitcoin, could be up to 26% to the downside, and we would still be hyper bullish simply because this was a consolidation range that we never backtested as support. So if Bitcoin does come down here, first off, your favorite altcoin likely to get devastated, but also it would be healthy for the market technically. Going down to your daily time frame. Oh, wait a second. That's another thing that's been bugging me here. On your weekly time frame for Bitcoin, if this pullback does start, we do have weekly bearish divergence on the stochastic RSI. So that is something we really do have to pay attention to. This is the idea of maybe a situation kind of like back here, where we did have that bearish divergence. So you had your peak right at this peak right here. We then shot up to a higher high, lower relative strength. We then fell, and now we made a second high before we went into our bear market.
Do you have the big black knife?
No, I don't. Before we went down into our bear market, we could see something similar to this. So if we do see something similar to this, maybe we have 2 weeks of selling off before we start a crazy rally again, which could very well happen. So keep that in mind while looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin did have this high, the lower high, which was way up here, and then you pulled back before another rally. Could happen again. Anyways, I am seeing that bearish divergence on the weekly. It is a big problem. Let's go on down to the daily. You can see daily, you're starting to see the distribution from the bearish divergence. So if we happen to lose this channel, automatically we are looking for some support, and the support levels currently that I would be focused in on is this level right here, because we utilized it as resistance, tried to break above resistance again, and then it flipped to support. that would be the number one spot I'd be looking for. So we will see how that pans out. What is this? Okay. So we'll see how that pans out, but the more we struggle at this level, not being able to break back into this little zone, the more likely we are to dump down, and I'm looking at 91,000, but it is a kind of a little bit of a pocket, so we do have this level here, 91,879. So both of these levels could act as very strong support, as they have been support in the past. So we will see what happens on Bitcoin, but your daily, it could rally, but also very well could fall. Checking out your 4-hour time frame. On your 4-hour, we are in the bearish control zone looking to push up, but it does look ridiculously choppy. Currently, we do have a demand line sitting overhead. So right here, we're looking at coming straight down. If we do pop up, I would be looking for a resistance at 99,340. So that is a very strong possibility of happening. If we can even break above 97.92 or 912. As you can see here, we have been utilizing it as major resistance so far. There's only so long before the buyers start getting tired. Going down to your 1-hour time frame on Bitcoin, right here, this is what gets me very bearish for the evening. This is literally stochastic resetting while making a lower high. That's not my favorite. So currently on our downtrend, it does seem like it's accelerating. So let's put this right here. And if I personally were trading Bitcoin, just not thinking about fundamentals, only looking at technicals, I would be right now looking for price, because we did hit my little green zone, to come down to $92,400. So right now, I would be looking for this. A absolute gorgeous 5.14% downside. But with that being said, I am biased toward the downside right now because we are struggling so much underneath resistance. Tomorrow CPI data comes out where we could get a good read, or we end up getting a terrible read, and you know what? It could make for a really bad time in the markets. For those of you who are trying to degen your way to millions, let's check out the 15-minute. Your 15-minute is also showing signs that it wants to consolidate more. So if it is consolidating underneath this level of resistance, well, you're expecting the downside. If we cannot clear this high, it's going to be problems. But currently you do have a supply line to work off of right here. It just looks like you're slowing down. So anyways, this is what I'm seeing out of Bitcoin right now. It does look like more of a dip could be coming. So I would be expecting anywhere between 92.4 and 91.8 to be a possibility of downside. If we manage to break above this downtrend and then utilize it as support, then my entire tune will change. The uptrend will more than likely continue. We will then see much higher prices. But we have been finding a lot of resistance at these levels. All right, now let's get into the frequently asked crypto. We're going to start from the top and go down. Number one is ADA Cardano. We're going to check it out on the daily. Now, on the daily, you can see how Cardano is struggling, but trying its best to find support at 96 cents. Your real support is sitting at 77.76. But remember, when you blast it off, you never even backtested 48.95. If Bitcoin does go into an extended downtrend, we would be expecting ADA to continue down. It could take months, but it could continue all the way down to 48.95 or 45.36. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's hope the bulls step in and don't allow that. Currently, on the daily, we do have a downtrend right here. This is our downtrending level of resistance. So even if we do bounce up, we could continue the downtrend, and we could go right now as high as 114.78. Until we break this downtrend, leaning bearish seems like the best idea, especially when you're trying to make your trades. So now let's go ahead and jump into the 4-hour time frame. On your 4-hour, you are coming out of your oversold territory, but you're sideways consolidating. This is a very bad sign. You don't want to sideways consolidate after a drop. You want to see something move up. How did that happen? Yo, what's up, Max? Oh, Max, you can jump into members only because you're a mod? Go figure. I didn't realize that. That's cool. What's up, Max? Anyways. Hey, mods have their perks. What's up? I didn't know that. But alright, going into the 1 hour time frame. Unless you're a member too. I don't know. I don't even know who members are. Going into your 1 hour time frame, as you can see, chop, 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 you currently have a very distinct level of resistance right here. Very distinct. But you also have a very distinct level of support. So it's literally just sideways price action. Absolute sideways price action. So looking at it like this, you can see right now you're trying to find support off your heart line, but if you lose 96.21, very quickly you could see yourself back down to 77.76. As of the trend, we would be looking at it sort of like this. If the trend does continue, you would see something in the neighborhood of, oh, that's a deep fall, around 60 cents as a measured move if the trend goes down. Right now it does look like the market's trying to bounce, so this could be just a bad look. But that high stochastic, I got issues with it. I have some issues with it. Going into the 15-minute time frame, I have more issues with this. Distribution already happening on the 15-minute. And now you're starting to get a lower high with a high stochastic. That's unfortunate. Let's see if the bulls can push this price up, but it's looking pretty solid to the downside right now. Nope, I can keep it right there. Right there. Alright, so this is what I'm seeing out of ADA. ADA, until you break out of this zone, if you do break to the upside, hold support, then you could be looking at 114.78. The possibility is there, it's just, I don't like this consolidation that's happening. Someone out there is scared, or they're just taking plenty of profits. But once again, if we look at the weekly for ADA, we're still in overbought territory, even after this dip. And yeah, your 200 simple moving average is sitting down here at 76 cents. It makes sense to come down and go back test it. It just makes sense. Anyways, that's just what I see out of ADA. Let's move right along. A lot of people like to ask about Pepe, so let's go ahead and check it out. So Pepe on the weekly, currently you had your bearish divergence right here. You came down, you reconsolidated before finding another high, which sadly enough, you have triple bearish divergence on the weekly for Pepe. I didn't even notice that before, but here we are. Triple bearish divergence. That's a shame. Checking out your daily. Your daily is looking strong. Surprisingly very strong, even with the bearish divergence. You currently are backtesting this level of resistance as support. So as long as you can stay above this demand line, Pepe is still in play for much higher prices. If you happen to lose the demand line, you have a supply line sitting right below you. So Pepe doing meme coin stuff, basically holding its own, which is fantastic. Going down to your 4 hour. Now your 4 hour time frame, you recently just lost your 50 simple moving average. This is a bad sign. You don't want to lose your 50 simple ever, especially not on the 4 hour. So now we do have to start giving a lot more credence to the idea of falling down. You are in a very sharp decline, but you do have low stochastics on the 4 hour. We're going to have to keep diving into this one, seeing where it could go. Going down to the 1 hour time frame. Now your 1 hour is doing something terrible. You are starting to raise up in your stochastic RSI while making consecutive lower lows. You do not have any bullish divergence yet. You basically are just bottoming out on strength as the price falls. So this is very classic distribution. I would still be looking for a break to the upside, getting somewhere in the neighborhood of a lower high, but we could just about be ready to see a flush in price. Be careful there. Just be careful on Pepe if you're still holding it and have not taken any profits. Looking at your 15 minute, kind of looks like it wants to dump. I am not going to lie to you. It kind of looks like it wants to dump. It has tried falling, making a nice retracement, fell again, nice retracement, falling again. Let's see how this lines up on this time frame here. Yeah, could be looking to just get down into this consolidation range again. Maybe we start seeing a little bit more of a downside on Pepe. Maybe it's over. That's a rough one. Pepe's a hard one to read right now because you're holding support so well. It's really hard to read. But major support is sitting all the way down here at 1597. So let's just say it does fall all the way down there. We could see Pepe fall 29% if the market decides to flush. Looking at the bullish side, though, because you are holding support, I would be looking anywhere between the 618 and the 786. So from this point, if we get that breakout, we stay above our support. We're looking for 25 to 38% upside. Considering on the daily you're holding support so well, I would be leaning much more toward the bullish side because also you're resetting your stochastic while holding support. Right now, Pepe is showing a lot more strength than most other tokens. Yeah, if anybody was trying to trade this, though, I would definitely have a stop loss sitting right around 2137. That's where I would put it. If you fall below 2137, well, you're expecting much lower prices. And you also have your 50 simple moving average sitting right down here at support. If we fall, we fall. All right, moving right along. We're going to check out Algorand. So Algo, where are you at? Where? Am I blind? I must be blind. Algo. There you are. So checking out Algorand. Algorand looking a little bleak. Not going to joke around about it at all, but understand what it did. You found your 200 weekly moving average. Found a bit of resistance there. This thing shot out of here like a cannon. Went absolutely insane. But looks like we're starting to pull back a little bit. I don't believe this one's going to pull back nearly as hard as most people think. I'm thinking if we can get down to 28 cents, that would be a very nice position to start jumping into. Weekly, still overbought. Waiting for that to reset. Looking at your daily. Daily's coming down. You're in the bullish control zone. You're not in neutral territory yet. So we could see this thing continue to the downside. Right now, the only support we're holding on to is a daily wick low, which we already fell through twice, and we're trending down. So it's just a matter of time before the sellers can eat up the buying supply here and then continue to the downside if we cannot get the breakout. But I would be expecting 28 cents. The algo is a little bit more clear when I look at it. I would be expecting 28 cents. Looking at the 4 hour, 4 hours trying to reset its stochastic while bearishly consolidating. You are downtrending in your consolidation while resetting the 4 hour stochastic. That's not good. That's not pretty. You would like to see something better. Yeah, and then you could find resistance sitting right at 44.02. Yikes. That's not fun. Checking out your 1 hour time frame. Yeah, the 1 hour is not looking good either. Not looking good. So if I were trading this one, I would be looking for something in this neighborhood right here because of this wick high and then it fell. I'd be looking for 31 cents. 24% downside possible. This is how I would be looking to trade it. Toward the end, I will jump into the trade that I'm currently in as well, and then we'll go from there. But looking like the members and our local mod here, no requests, so we're probably going to wrap this stream up pretty quick, which is good because wife happens to still be in the hospital. I'm still on full-time dad duty right now, and of course my daughter is going to have go through her nighttime routine, especially without mom home. But if we're lucky, she'll be coming home tomorrow. However, she is being put on major bed rest. We got some. There's a possibility she might have to stay in there for weeks. It's gonna be a time here in the Porky household. So wish me luck, everybody. Wish me luck. but I'm going to keep delivering as much content as possible. All right, here we are. Nice consolidation pattern. Nice consolidation pattern. You can bounce around in here for a while, but I would expect a continuation to the downside is implied right now. So we need Bitcoin to get very bullish for algo to not continue its drop. So 24 to a possible 31% downside is very possible right now if things do not start getting better very soon. I would expect whatever this move to be very, very quick. I don't think it would take drawn out long period of time because I'm still in the camp that we're going to see a Santa rally. So there is that. Anyways, moving on. So next we have, it's not BNB, hold on. It's not Book of Meme. It's not Bitcoin Cash. No, there's... Hold on. Surprisingly, a lot of you did ask about DGen a lot lately. We'll cover it real fast, just because there are a lot of DGen holders out here. DGen right now, you lost your support. Your weekly level of support. You're trying to find support off of the 200 or off the 50 simple moving average on the daily. So there is that. Not likely to hold very strong if you're below 1625 for a long period of time. I would be looking to come back down to 1053. So yeah, DGen could look better. Could look a lot better. Your weekly actually doesn't look that bad, but DGen, the problem it has here is you only hit these lows once. It's likely you're going to hit the lows one more time. So DGen, awful. I was saying nothing but nice things about it before. Now I have to start saying some mean things. Basically, it might confirm a bottom. Such a shame. Such a shame, but whatever. Is what it is. I actually am holding this token, so that does suck. Looking at the daily again, let's clean up the chart here. Let's get it looking pretty. Get it looking pretty. The fact that you lost your support level after getting the rounded bottom, either this is a liquidity grab or this is about to dump harder than we all think. Considering I think Bitcoin's about to fall, harder than we all think might be a thing. And we never back tested this downtrending level of resistance, so sadly, it would not surprise me in the least if DGen fell all the way down to 705, a 53% drop. I don't want it to happen, but it could, because we did consolidate back here, and we never confirmed a bottom. So if this dump continues, this could get really nasty. Nothing on the daily shows me sellers are exhausted. We are not oversold. None of that. Actually, your MACD even showing signs of a re-acceleration of selling pressure. So maybe there are some panic sellers jumping in there. Going into your 4-hour time frame, we are just basically downsloping consolidation, getting out of oversold territory. Hopefully we can get a bit of a bounce. This would be really nice to get like at least a 50% retrace. So from low to high, our 50% retrace is sitting around 1841. If we do manage to get that 50% retrace, well, personally speaking, I would be looking to short this for another 38% downside. So DGen not looking hot, but in your very short term, to try and get people a little bit of hopium, you might see it rally 20%. Understand, rallying 20%, still very bearish on DGen. Of course, if you're doing a scalp trade, hey, it might be ready for it. It just might. But understand, there is no bullish divergence on the 4-hour. Maybe we can find it on the 1-hour. We don't even see it on the 1-hour. We're just getting out of oversold territory. That's all we're doing. Pretty bearish on this one as well. Pretty bearish. Too bad. The dip is keep on dipping. Positive note, you broke out. So maybe we see this 20% rise before we go down further. Yikes. All right, checking the 15-minute. 15-minute is not great. Damn. Yeah, the 15 doesn't look great either. So yeah, this is what I'm thinking. If the 4 hour is going to take over, 20% rise, going up to 18.41. At that point in time, you might really consider getting out of this position. I say consider, but noted, if we break this longer term downtrend, fantastic. We could see much higher prices. I'm a little bearish right now. Just a little bit. All right, anyways, going to Dogecoin next. Dogecoin, wow. So we almost hit the measured move. Ouch. Ouch. We were looking at Dogecoin last night, I believe, and yeah, we came dangerously close to hitting that measured move, but your 15-minute does look like it's getting ready to dump again. Oh, God. Why? Why are they selling so hard? Oh, geez. Current downtrend right now. This is a rough downtrend, I'll tell you what. But from this low, we were within 1.41% of taking full profits, but it doesn't look like the dump is over on the 15-minute. Going out to the 1 hour. 1 hour is trying to get out of this oversold territory, but you're finding resistance at every second. This is not fantastic, but is what it is. Promotions channel just became a member. I can't read. What is up? How you doing? Thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome into the chat. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. Plantimus channel. Jeez. I can't read. I'm sorry. I'm lost in the sauce. But thank you so much for the membership. I do greatly appreciate that. If you have any requests, feel free to drop them in. We're just diving into each one of the charts, and with less noise. Dang, I feel like I'm talking a lot more, but I can dive into these a lot better. Anyways, so Dogecoin right now, it is showing. No, it's not. It's not even showing bullish divergence. That's crazy. We just basically are getting out of oversold territory and allowing for more selling pressure to happen. That is rough. Anyways, we could readjust this for the degenerate trader out there. So right now you would be looking at sort of like this, and it is perfectly set up for more downside. We're trying to find support at 34 cents, and this shows it. We could see Dogecoin falling another 9.63% or 12.56%. So the dip is set up for more dipping. Yeah, so that's Dogecoin right now. That's not very pleasant. Not very pleasant. All right, checking out Ethereum next. So Ethereum, as the rest of the market, it's finding a lot of selling pressure. And I mean a lot, but this one is way worse because you had this beautiful uptrend. You not only broke down from it, you bearishly backtested it once. That's unfortunate. So needless to say, right now we have our fib levels as well as a level of support here just below us at 3,351. So your daily does show bearish divergence. So this is possibly the sell-off we've been looking for that bearish divergence is what it is. Going out to your weekly for Ethereum though, your weekly does not look bad whatsoever. This surprisingly just looks like normal distribution. After you were overbought, you sold off, you then came back up, you got, oh, wait a minute, is that, nope, we double topped, shit, I take it back, double top on the weekly for Ethereum, and then we sell off at a level of resistance. That's tough. That is tough right there. We don't like to see that because your relative strength is much lower after the double top, so you're expecting the drop. So if I was looking at this objectively, I would be looking for the 50% retrace. Let me make sure I got my fibs here proper. So I would be looking for the 50% retrace, sitting around 3,401, likely to hit 3,351. At that point in time, let's see what happens with Ethereum. I'm a little less bearish on Ethereum just because of how slow it was moving. So I do believe a lot of Ethereum holders are just holding out, waiting for the perfect time to completely wreck all of the shorts. That's my personal opinion, but we did have a golden cross here that we had very slight movement up, and then it's been disrespected. Very, very common thing though is you broke above the 200 daily moving average, never backtested it. We could see this backtest the 200 daily. Common thing, could happen, is what it is. Also, wait, my alert didn't pop up for the membership. What happened there? What happened there? Hold on. Members. Okay, this is what was supposed to happen.
Holy shit.
And it's still not popping up. Excuse me? Not even that popped up. Wait, that's super chat. Why did it show up as super chat? It's supposed to be... What am I logged into right now? I don't even know. I'm so confused. Okay, anyways. Back to the TA here. Jeez. I don't even know what's going on. I'm lost in the sauce. Alright, so on the daily, it does look like you're trying to reset right now. Fun with thumbnails again. Hey, Rich. Fun with thumbnails. The dip keeps on dipping. Keeps on dipping. How you doing today, Rich? Welcome in. Alright, so on your daily for Ethereum, it just looks like distribution's happening. You're kind of in no man's land. So I would be looking for support at 3,351. Checking your 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame. It's doing the same thing the rest of the market's doing. Trying to find a footing, trying to raise that stochastic a little bit, while staying underneath all resistance. Right now, the resistance is a fib. Unbelievable. You did have this low that you have not tested yet at 3,500. Wow, it's slightly higher, but this is not a strong bounce back. This is a very weak bounce back, which implies maybe the buyers are a little exhausted. Just maybe. Maybe they're out there buying some gifts. Who knows? Anyways, going on into the 1 hour. So I'm doing a lot of trades off the 1 hour right now because the 1 hour it's making most sense to me. And let me take a peek in real quick at the current trade. I'm currently shorting Sushi. Currently we are down. So Sushi's trying to find a break to the upside. Very nice. I was up earlier. It was looking good. Was up earlier. Harry, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. I don't understand why my alerts are not working. This is a little bothering me. This is bothering me a lot. But thank you so much. I appreciate that. Are they enabled? I mean, what? Streamlabs? Are we working? Hello? Thank you so much for the $1.99 though. I greatly appreciate it. You're absolutely amazing. Thank you, Harry. Alright, so looking at this, we do see the downtrend fully intact. And I mean, if we're looking at a lower time frame, you could argue the breakout happened. So we have to really see what happens right at this downtrending level right here. Your 1 hour looks absolutely cooked. It looks like it could fall overnight. That's kind of the problem here with most charts. Your 15-minute looks like it wants to pull back a little bit, maybe consolidate. Yeah. I mean, even if you were looking at this as maybe it goes up from here, you still would be looking to find resistance at 3,719. So hopefully they're just baiting in the shorts. Hopefully. But I was hoping for that earlier today too. Didn't happen. Did not happen. So there's that. Also, we can look at this as a bear flag. Very, very symmetrical. Very... No, it's down sloping. Oh boy. So we could look at this sort of like a bear flag as well. So there's that. Alright. Break out of this little channel. fantastic. Otherwise, continuation to the downside is very probable. Very, very probable. So we could, ew. 3,064? Ugh. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully that doesn't happen. All right, moving right along. We're going to check out... I know you guys surprisingly asked for Gala more often than I expected. As I look back at my notes, Gala pretty often. And ICP, surprisingly enough. But let's go ahead and check out Gala. So on Gala, celebrate their first super on live stream. Harry, oh, that was first ever super chat. Thank you so much, Harry. I do appreciate that so much. I just saw the prompt for that. That is cool. That is very cool. Checking out the weekly on Gala. So what Gala did, it's like a lot of the other cryptos. It shot straight up, but now we're sitting here with this new downtrend on the weekly, which, yeah, we could consolidate for a while. If this is the case. If this is the case, what I would be expecting out of Gala, if we continue this fall, finding support anywhere between 3452 and 2706. We find support down there, that would be great. I'm expecting the 3452 because you did utilize it as resistance back here, utilize it as support back here, support, and then this time as you blew through it, you didn't even try to backtest it. You just, I mean, I guess tried, but you didn't. Go ahead and check out the one on the daily. Your daily's trying to reset. You do have support sitting right below you. And then you also have this weird little level of support. We're going to move this down here, right here. You didn't quite touch it yet, so 3965. If you were to find a lot of support there, that kind of would be really surprising. Because it's not major level of support. If you get a wick down and then you pop out of there, great. Utilize this area as a support right after. That would be fine. No big deal. Checking out your 4-hour time frame, it's doing the same damn crap. Where it's just bearishly consolidating, trying to reset its indicators, get out of oversold territory, which then would allow it to fall further. That's terrible. This is, oh, it's almost a Bart Simpson. So close to Bart. Going into your 1-hour time frame, 1-hour time frame shows you this bearish consolidation a lot better, but are we broken out of it? No, we're not. Still finding resistance at it. So if you're in the camp of believing this is going to fall, right now stop loss you'd be looking for would be somewhere at 4.9. Around 4.9 would be the stop loss. And profit taking levels you'd be looking for is something kind of like this. 3594, likely to go down and touch that 3452. It's just kind of lining up with it perfectly. But also, when things line up this perfectly, I tend to start thinking the opposite is going to happen because nothing's ever this perfect. Nothing is this perfect. So maybe we see a wick all the way up to 5088, backtest some resistance. Maybe just to make sure all the shorts that do have a stop loss right above this high get stopped out. All the shorts get stopped out and then they go down. So liquidity grabs do happen. They really do. And with that being said, I'm starting to think I need to change my sushi stop loss because I think it's going to get liquidity grabbed. Oh well. Can't do it live, but that's Gala right now. Gala, I'm just seeing so much bearishness in the charts that I would love to see Bitcoin defy the odds and push things up. I would love to see it because then that would help out my long-term holdings as well, and that would make everybody really cheerful for Christmas. Right now, crypto space is trying to cancel Christmas. Can't even believe them. Just messed up. Anyways, moving on to HBAR. Now, HBAR is kind of setting up for a lot more downside, but HBAR did do a very good thing. It backtested 25 cents. Now, it needs to either confirm 25 cents as support and just don't fall any further, or we could see a lot more downside for HBAR. Your 200 weekly moving average is sitting at 13,584 right now. More often than not, you're going to backtest that 200 weekly moving average. More often than not. So keep that in mind with these pullbacks. It could happen. You're overbought on the weekly, so just maybe, we do find some support elsewhere. We set a lower high, and then we continue the downtrend. Maybe. But we're going to start redrawing some lines here. Your weekly is trying desperately hard to maintain above this 25 cents. It looks strong, but you got 4 more days to hold out. Looking at your daily time frame, daily, it looks gross. I don't like this. We have a down-sloping level of support on a supply line, and then we also have lower highs, which, yeah, that's not great. It's not great, but this weird falling broadening wedge, surprisingly, very bullish pattern. It is surprisingly a bullish pattern. So if we do go up and touch the top, we then come down, touch the bottom, possibly around this 17,152. I would think this could just start flying to the upside again. But understand the falling broadening wedge. You're more than likely to get 3 touches at the bottom. So let's hope this thing touches the bottom sooner than later, so price doesn't drop that far. Let's drop into the 4-hour time frame. 4 hours doing that same nonsense I'm seeing all over the market. So irritating. But oh well, it's what it is. We do have an accelerated downsloping level of resistance that is sitting right here. We're about to touch it on the 4-hour time frame, and that stochastic's getting awfully high. That's not pleasant. It's really not pleasant. If I were trading this one, I would be looking for something in the neighborhood like this, where you're sitting at your 50% retrace. That's tough. That is tough. So, since you are utilizing a level that was formerly used as support, currently as resistance, if you cannot break above and hold above 28,727, we could see this thing fall down 27%. Platinum to metal, sorry for the response delay. Could I look at ICP for me? Oh, I got you covered. Yeah, we'll look at ICP. Yeah. Hold on, you're platinum? Did I misspell platinum? I probably did. Oh no, I misread it. So you're pro platinum. Got it. Yeah, that was a late response. But yes, we will look at ICP. We'll look at it next. So we'll just jump right into there right after this analysis. All right, so yeah, H-bar. If we see any more bearishness, this is a problem. This is a problem. Looking at the 1 hour, big problem. You were saying it wrong. I definitely was. I'm sorry. I am. It's my first time doing members only chat, and here I am, just struggling. Thank you all for the 40 people viewing. If you guys could do me an absolute massive favor, tap that like button. That would be great. Likes are always appreciated. We got 12 of them, 40 viewing. If you do enjoy the content, please do me that huge favor. Just hit the like. Anyways, and then also, if you have any requests, Tuesdays and Thursdays are the only days that are going to be members only chat. However, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's for everyone, where members will have priority over anybody who's not a member or not donating. And then we will get into all of the requests as fast as I can. Considering that one day I went through 100 requests, I think I'm going to be doing my best to get to your requests. I feel like I proved myself on that one. All right, so now looking at H-bar objectively, this is turning into a falling wedge. I like the falling wedge. I don't like the fact that we only have 2 touches. So you're likely to come down for that third touch, which is looking like 27% downside. H-bar looking a bit rough out here. Your 1 hour is trying to get out of that oversold territory, but you're still down sloping in your resistance. That's not great. It's not great. Looking at your 15 minute, 15 minute, you have a high stochastic again. So, yeah, we would be looking for this thing to probably come down later tonight, get some form of resolution, probably at the minimum, test this 25 cent level again, but likely to break past it this time. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, maybe we get a bad CPI reading. I don't know. But if Bitcoin gets bullish, though, going right back up to 36 cents, in my opinion. Right back up to it. Just so much downsloping consolidation out here that we cannot ignore. We cannot ignore it. I know there's probably some channels out there, buy the dip indiscriminately. Just buy it. I don't know. I don't know if we should. I don't know if we should. But, yeah, let's go ahead and check out ICP next. So ICP, surprisingly, it was going to fall right into the normal area of us requesting. But let's get into it. ICP showing terribleness. You're on a very, very just light level of support right now. Going into your... Let's go to the weekly first. Let's go to the weekly. So you can see on the weekly, this area is a nothing area. The fact that we came to the top, went straight to the bottom, we then came back to the top. You're likely to come down to the bottom again at $8.98. That's all the price ever does until proven otherwise. We could even round up, go back up, make a lower high, and then fall down, but $8.98, looking like a really good area for buying. Sorry to give the bad news there. Let's clean up the chart a little bit. Let's clean it up, clean it up, clean it up. Right now, we do have a level of support based off these weekly closes right here. And then I'm going to bring this one down here as well because it's like a pocket of support down here. So that's nice to see. Let's get rid of this as well. We don't need that. Let's get rid of that too. We don't need that. Now, chart looks clean. I like it. We have down-sloping level of resistance. This is going to be extremely hard for ICP to break out of. Extremely hard. So this is something you really got to pay attention to because most traders will look at that as perfect time to sell. Which also means you could just bleed all the way out till like July. And then fly out of there. Oh, God. All right. Anyways, on your daily. Your daily is trying its damnedest to find a lot of support. You're resetting your stochastic. You are back into the neutral territory. This technically could go up, but once again, I sort of would be looking for like a 50% retrace. From low to high, you could see ICP rally up to 1369. Maybe you get as high as 1373. You could see this rally. A lot of people will be like, see, you thought it was going down, as it rallies up bearishly and then rolls over. And I'd be like, well, it's still going down. But that's besides the point. Besides the point. We get a good CPI reading. Yeah, I think a lot of these 50% retraces will play out. But that's like 11 to 16% upside. Not the best. But it's something. It's something. Current downtrend right there. So let's see where the 50% is. And if it went straight up, you would see that 50% retrace on a bearish backtest of the demand line. Sweet. Awesome. Love it. Going down to your 1 hour. 1 hour is completely out of oversold territory while you've been downsloping consolidation. Yikes. Yikes. There's going to be an argument out there on lower time frames that you currently are trying to break out. Currently trying, not doing it, failing. But 15-minute failing. Stochastics trying to reset though. This is nice that the stochastics trying to reset, pressed up against resistance. If you get this breakout, you are almost certain going to go test overhead resistance at a 12% rise. Almost certain. Because on the 4 hour in particular, the 4 hour is going to want to reset. So there's that. But if I was trading this personally, if I was trying to get into a scalp trade tonight, I would throw in a short. I would use low to high. Ideally, your stop loss would be up here above this red line. You would have gotten in around here, but you're down sloping, so you're currently looking for 15% to the downside. Stop loss would need to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 1249.4. So 1249.4, something around here, which is a 5.81%. Going anything over 10x would be a terrible idea. If you wanted to go higher leverage, then you would have a stop loss above this high right here because you're expecting the downtrend to continue and not get broken. So if you're going with higher leverage, just to be safe, I can see a wick high right here. 1217 might be a good area for a stop loss. But I'm looking for that 15.9% downside and possibly going to backtest the $8.98 level, which would be a 23% drop. So, yeah, that's ICP. Definitely tough. Next, let's go ahead and check out Immutable X. Now, Immutable X is not doing well. It's not. It broke out and then it fell right back in. It is not doing well. Let's clear all this up. I mean, Bitcoin yo-yoing around, it's just not a good look. This is a significantly lower high. You had a high stochastic back here on the weekly. You then were coming down here, and now you have a high stochastic here. That's a problem. You had bearish divergence on the weekly back here. So when I say all the time bearish divergence gets me to sell things off instantly, it's because of things like this. You see the bearish divergence, and then price fell. It fell 75%. That's great. Why would I sit around for that? That's why I always like, hey, I'd get out. If I see bearish divergence on the weekly, I take all profits. That wick high, you nearly got a 50% retrace. I hope that doesn't pan out. I'm looking to hold some lows or something. Sheesh. Alright, so, yeah, IMX. Let's hope that we can maintain our current uptrend. That's really what we're looking for Immutable X. And your current uptrend is low. Whew, that is so low. So a backtest at 114 would make all the sense in the world. All you ever do in these prices, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. Not much to stop you from going straight down again. So IMX, Immutable X, maybe we find some support here. It just, not great. Not great on the weekly. Let's check out the daily. Maybe our daily is going to save us. Maybe our daily is the chosen one. Maybe. So we do have an acceleration of this uptrend. So right here, right there, maybe we come and test the supply line. Maybe it holds. Maybe. But as of right now, things looking bearish AF. You're resetting your stochastic. You're back in the neutral territory. You did. Oh, wait. Are we getting it? Are we getting it? All right. Immutable X. I hate it a little less. Golden Cross just happened. Golden Cross. And you have already backtested your 200 daily moving average. If Bitcoin gets positive, if Bitcoin starts going up, Immutable X might be one of the most strong things in this market for the next couple days. Just maybe. That's crazy. I would hate for this thing to disrespect its Golden Cross. I would hate that. But 4 hour, same thing as the rest of the market, bearishly consolidating. Don't like to see that. From your high, right here, coming down, there's your overhead resistance. Oh boy, that's terrible. But if I were to be looking for a 50% retrace, you already did it. Yikes, already did it. Could see price come down to $1.31.9. Yikes. Let's go down to your 1 hour time frame. You're still in the bearish control zone, very low on your 4 hour. That stochastic's resetting way too fast in my opinion, so it's looking like we might just stay oversold. Currently, we are putting in lower highs on your 1 hour, and you do have a high stochastic while being in neutral territory, so more dumping could continue. We might even see Immutable X take this 23% downside. Yikes. 15-minute. Oh boy. Yeah, your 15-minute wants to fall. Damn. Distribution on the 15-minute has started. We got into the bullish control zone, and now we have plenty of room to drop. Ouch. Quickly, we're going to take a look at our trade. We are no longer in the danger zone. We almost got stopped out. Holy shit. That was a close one. Anyways, now we're only down by 2%, 3%, 2%. Whatever. Too bad. Market falling. So yeah, this is what I see out of Immutable X. We might have another flush to the downside. Just maybe. Just maybe. 23% downside, and it's set up almost too perfectly. I don't like how perfectly it's set up. I don't. Moving right along, Jasmy. So on Jasmy, we're seeing the same thing, but Jasmy's built different. It's hanging on to a level of support. Let's go on out to the weekly. It might be a little flimsy. Especially with the triple bearish divergence on the weekly. Ouch. All right, triple bearish divergence on the weekly for Jasmy. That's a red flag if I've ever seen one. That's a red flag. You never confirmed your lows either. Yikes. Okay. All right. Cool. Let's look at these lower levels. Shit. Yikes. Jasmy, in reality, could if it falls below 3708, all history shows us straight down, straight up. Okay, Jasmy. That's tough. That is harsh. But I would give a little bit of credence to this level right here, which was surprisingly acting as very strong support. Let's hope if Jasmy does fall, it stops there. Let's hope it stops there. If it falls. I mean, big if. Because right now you do have a small level of support sitting right here from these candle high closes. If you can also hold that, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. I mean, go on up to that 708. That would be triple bearish divergence on the weekly. I would sell off all of my Jasmy tokens if I saw that. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Looking at your daily. Looking at the daily. Your stochastic's trying to reset, but you're still in the bullish control zone coming out of being overbought. Okay. All right. Checking out your 4 hour. Not oversold. Damn it. All right, here's our downtrend right now that we need to break out of. We really do. We're already finding support at 3708. If we can get a breakout and confirm support here, then we're pretty much certain going up to 7089. We're going to need all the help in the world from Bitcoin for this to happen. All the help in the world. Otherwise, I am seeing Jasmy coming all the way back down to 1804. I really hope that doesn't happen because Jasmy finally got moving. But we're not out here trying to hope. We're not throwing grenades and horseshoes. We're trying to make money. And you know what? If this thing's set up for a short, you'll make money to the downside. Let's hope Bitcoin just starts pushing up. I think Bitcoin's starting to do something now just because of what the market's looking like, what it's doing. What's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin's pushing up right now, so let's hope that Bitcoin can push us to the promised land. We do have a weird level of resistance here, so if Jasmy does rally up, we could see this thing go up about 8%. An 8% rise, and you'd still be hyper bearish. Too bad. Where did that candle come from? BTC a bit ago? No idea. Probably somebody just fat finger buying. Maybe it was Michael Saylor. Who knows? All right, your 15-minute. It is trying very hard. It's technically broken out. So technically, we are broken out on the 15-minute right here. You can see we not only broke out, back tested support. We could very well see Jasmy rise up. 8%. I'm seeing right now if I'm going to get stopped out. Oh, the possibility still is there for sushi to stop me out. Possibility's there. But yeah, Rich, I don't know where that candle came from. It seems like the whales might be trying their best to do like market buys and stuff like that. Maybe China is, or Asia or whatever, maybe they're all trying to push up the crypto prices now. I don't know. I do not know. Just seems like there is a ton of distribution from Wall Street. Wall Street seems to be the big time sellers right now. So this is what I see out of Jasmine. Jasmine could rise up 8%, but it also could get demolished. If I was looking at Jasmine realistically, I would be I'd be looking for that 2702. But stop loss would have to be above this high, which is at 4427. So it would make all the sense in the world for this thing to come up anywhere close to there, and I would be looking to short it. But the downside target, I mean, you're looking at like 32% downside. Once again, it looks too perfect for that to happen. So I everything that I say, it looks like it's going down massively. Remember, it looks way too perfect for that. Shorts are going to stack up, and then shorts get liquidated, prices go higher. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in the back of your head as I keep looking at these charts. But if I look at major time frames like the daily and the weekly, yeah, this market's kind of cooked. Kind of cooked. It's kind of a shame. Anyways, let's see what Bitcoin's doing real fast. Real fast, we're going to peek in on Bitcoin. The Bitcoin's up nearly 1%. Looks like it's trying to make another test at that resistance. Trying its best. But once again, if you're shorting Bitcoin right now, you got a stop loss sitting around 98,447. You're thinking it's not going to break. Looking at my trade right now, we're down 11%. They're trying their best. All right, moving back into all the tokens. So, after the J's, you guys don't ask for CAS that much, which I find weird. You don't ask for Link that much either. You ask for Litecoin more often than Link. It's shocking, but here we are. Litecoin did something terrible. It lost that 113 level. That's not good at all. That's really bad. No. You don't want that. Shit. You lose 113, you're likely to come back down to 77.93. Shit. That's Alright, Litecoin. Too bad. Do we have anything to worry about here? No, nothing to worry about. We just got overbought on the weekly. That's about it. You have your 200 weekly moving average you're finding support off of. So maybe we chop around here for a while. Who knows? Let's go into the 4 hour. That same bearish consolidation. Damn. And we have a downtrend that we have to worry about. So even if Litecoin goes on a nice rally, we have a downtrending level of resistance. I would expect 121 to be like a wick high before further downside. Shameful. Shameful. If I were trading this, I would be waiting for a back test of that 118 level. Maybe you wick as high as 121.6. Get out all those big time leveraged shorts. And then, 91.26 would be my target. If it continues, 77.93. What I would like to see is a breakout and a back test holding support at this level. But, once again, we don't trade off hope. Don't trade off hope. So, Litecoin looking a bit bearish to me. Looking a bit bearish. That 1 hour time frame just looks so bad. It looks so bad. It's trying to break out right now, though. So, breakouts happening right now. Maybe we go up and test that demand line. Just maybe. But you do have a lot of resistance right overhead that you're sitting right under. If we get good CPI data and markets rally tomorrow, expect a massive rally because shorts are going to get devastated. And I mean devastated. Because this would be considered a false bearish breakdown. Those come with major consequences. You could see Litecoin rally all the way up to like 280. It could be absolutely crazy. So Hopium is there. Hopium is there. Checking out the 15-minute. Yeah, that 15. Looking just as ugly as all the others. Yeah, sorry to be such a bear tonight. It's just, woof. All I can do is read the chart. Checking out Not Coin. I was thoroughly impressed with how often you guys ask for Not. Going with the weekly here. The problem with the weekly, you never confirmed your lows technically. The positive though for Not is you had this downtrend you broke out of, and now you backtested it as support. So Not looks very good. However, it is in an accumulation range. So if you're deciding to DCA, this would be one of those tokens you would be considering DCAing into, just because of how low it is and the fact that you are consolidating, and it looks like you're going to hold your lows sitting around 5573. So this major accumulation range, anything below 9217, buy. Just keep on buying, because you're expecting much higher prices. I mean, just first profit taking level for Not after you break out would be something like 144% upside. First profit taking level. And then of course you would be using the fib just so you can understand where exactly profit taking levels should be, and all of you should keep this in mind when making any of your purchases. Where are your profit taking levels? So your first one would be right there. Your second one would be around the 786. 786 would be the second profit taking level, where you'd be looking at 264% upside. And then third profit taking level, if you decide to go with 3. Me personally, I like to use just moon bags at that point after 2, but we would be looking at 346% for a third one. How I would play this, I would be accumulating down here. I would then be selling half of my bag at 22605, so then I have some money to buy in. This is the way that I like to do my dollar cost averaging and taking profits. Just kind of is what it is. Checking out your daily time frame. Now, Not is one of the weird ones where I'm just kind of like, hey, I would be buying this. I would be looking for upside. I really would be. You set a low once. You could set the low twice. Make everyone happy. Get that double bottom in there. Show us that is the bottom. You might not get it. You might not. But I would be holding out for it. Now, checking out your 4-hour time frame, you can see we are in that oversold territory, but we're still getting that bearish consolidation. That bearish consolidation is the worst thing you could see after a major drop. Trading sideways, you're expecting that continuation down. So, there's that. Right now, you'd have a current downtrending level of resistance, which is right here. You cannot get bullish on this thing until you break out of that downtrend. Once you break out of it, well, hey, maybe you can get a lot more bullish. But until then, all you have to work off of is you backtested a major demand line as support, and you're holding above support at 7310. That is the only things you can go off of. You don't have 3 reasons to put in fresh longs. You do not. So until then, you're putting in shorts. Putting in those shorts. Looking at your 1 hour. That sucks. But you have not gotten a 50% retrace, I don't believe. Let's check it out. Let's see from your high. So this is, oh shit, you did. You barely kissed it. Oh boy. So yeah, you could be confirming your lows anytime now. Maybe it's just a wick low, but you could see something kind of like this. 29% downside is possible. So Not token looking not good. Damn. I hate being bearish on stream. I really do. I don't like it. If you guys could help me out, get me less bearish on things, hit the like button. We got 25 likes, 41 viewers. If you guys could do me a huge favor and touch that like button, if you are enjoying the content, that would be absolutely amazing. So, greatly appreciated if you could do that. Anyways, moving on from Not. OM
you guys request this one weird amount of times. But I kind of understand why, because OM looks damn good. Oh, Harry, I just got your comment. Yeah, Harry, today just happens to be a members only chat day. So that's the only reason you can't send a message yet. It's because you're not technically a member. This stream is this one and Thursdays. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are made for members only. In the chat, everyone can see the video, everyone can see the TA that I go into. It's just when it comes to any requests or anything like that, only the members can drop their requests in on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's my way of basically saying like a special thank you to them for supporting the channel. And then every other day is going to be operation as normal, taking all requests from everybody. But there is a tier system. We have 3 separate memberships. So it's going to be a trickle down system. If you're not a member, you go down into the list. If you're the tier 1 member, you get to jump over all of the non-members. If you're a tier 2 member, you get to jump over all the tier 1 and non-members. If you're tier 3, you jump over everybody. But then if you guys decide to donate and it happens to be higher than the tier 3, you jump the line completely. But either way, I'm still going to be jumping into as many charts as I possibly can, trying my best to keep catering to everybody. But with how hectic that night got also, where we got over 100 requests and we went crazy, I completely understand the monetization, but I'm trying to keep it as fair as I possibly can. So just remember that, everyone, as you unsubscribe. There are some people who are going to get really mad about that, and they're going to be like, oh, unsubscribing. Nope, not doing it, which it's fine. I get it. But I'm hoping I am capable of making you guys a little bit more money than like $10. So at least within a month, you know? Hopefully I can do that. Also, I think the lowest membership is like $5. So it's really not that bad. I feel like when it comes to finance, I think we're okay. Alright, so looking at OM, I'm going to clear out all this stuff, and we're just gonna dive into this thing. Because that weekly candle, you're completely overbought on OM. I didn't realize this. I haven't looked at the weekly in a while. You're finding a lot of resistance right here. Better like ratio today? I guess so. I guess we do have a better like ratio. I think that just comes from the lack of chatting and only the TA, where I get to dive into everything. And also, with me now on full dad duty, this is helping my mental state, which is nice. So right now, OM is trying to create this level of support and resistance. Actually, I shouldn't give it that much value. Hold on. Right now, it's trying to create this level of support and resistance, which is really nice. So OM on the weekly, you are overbought. It does look like you could pull back. Maybe at the start of next week, maybe later on this week, you see a bit of a pullback. On your daily, you're starting to show distribution. So that's tough. Especially because you had this beautiful cup pattern. I know yesterday I was saying nothing but sweet nothings about this, but then Bitcoin decided to rip the market down by its hair. We currently are in a downtrend on the daily right here because of this bearish engulfing candle. Almost a bearish engulf. Close. Very close. Wasn't bearish engulfing, but now it just looks like we're getting a nice bounce back. I don't know that we're going to break out, though. I do not know that. Checking out your 4-hour time frame for OM, you can see just distribution happening, and now it's starting to pick up again. So I would be actually expecting short term a bit of downside for OM. You're resetting that stochastic extremely fast, but if you set that lower high and this starts turning down, this might be really rough for OM, especially considering where your support levels are. You're all the way down at 139. That would be awful. It would take a long time to get down there, more than likely, but this looks like a nice V-shaped recovery. Looks like the buyers could be getting tired. So naturally, I would be looking at it like a trend reversal. Don't want to say that, but I would be looking at it like a trend reversal. And let's just say this high stays in. Yeah, 618, 786. 786 is most likely to happen. So maybe we start looking at it kind of like a 23% drop. 23 to a 30% drop. Why is so many things 30%? Absolutely insane. So OM, as everything else, I'm looking a bit more bearish on it. You had a very nice bounce. I can see that. It's just, yikes. Kind of looks scary on the 4 hour. Or on the 1 hour. Oh, this is a 1 hour. Yeah, it looks scary on the 1 hour. Oh, God. You're 15. Looking a bit scary as well. Distribution already happening. Is this a mildly higher? No, it's not. It looks double toppy. So OM, I'm thinking pullback here. I'm thinking pullback. Yesterday I was thinking it would swing up. It did swing up in a very good way. You were up, I think, 15%, while the rest of the market was just crying and bleeding and dying. But it does look like the reckoning is starting to come. However, if you break above 424.6, then all those great things I said yesterday are totally in play. Where you're going into price discovery, it's going up like crazy. I think it's like 56% upside or some nonsense. This thing looks absolutely insane. But yeah, bearish. That sushi trade just can't stop me out, can it? All right, looking at Ondo next. So Ondo coming out to the daily. You can see what Ondo's doing. Absolute price discovery. Let's go out to the weekly. Bearish divergence on the weekly. If this turns down, bearish divergence on the weekly. Which kind of makes all the sense in the world. Let's get rid of all this. Get rid of the noise. Get rid of the noise. Get rid of the noise. Right there. Alright, so we do have a level of support sitting below us at 137. But if we look at this weekly, Ondo's gone insane. It has gone absolutely insane. This was a tear of a rally. Did we do AVAX? Rich, we did not, because we don't normally get AVAX requests that often. So we will look at AVAX for you. I got you. Was I late? You were not late. So we will check out AVAX just for you. All right, so Ondo, you've gone on a 230% rally. Anybody thinking this is a great time to buy Ondo? I'm sorry, you are mistaken. Bad time to buy Ondo. This rally has been insane, and now you're starting to put in the possibility of bearish divergence on the weekly. Naturally, you first think of a 50% retrace is welcomed. 50% retrace is welcomed. So from low to high, you would be looking at coming down to $1.27 as a 50% retrace. You did not quite do that. You came close. Let's go into your daily. On your daily, you came so close. Jason, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you over there on Twitch. Why is that alert popping up, but nothing else? Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. I'm sorry, Tuesdays and Thursdays. It happens to just be subscribers only. And over on YouTube, it's members only. But on every other day, because I stream daily, it is open for everyone and all of their requests. So hopefully you do stick around and you hang out a bit. So yeah, Ondo, currently in a very, very strong downtrend. But you did have this beautiful bullish engulfing candle yesterday. What was that? That's crazy. Ondo showing a lot of strength yesterday. But you are still bullish control zone, barely coming out of being overbought. Currently, I am looking at a downtrend right here. Let's check your 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame. Actually, this is why I had that set up. 4 hours trying to show it broke out. So 4 hours shows a breakout and a back test. Retaking your 50 simple on the 4 hour after back testing a level of support. This is weird. This is very weird. You went from overbought bearish divergence sold off. Are you trying to create more bearish divergence? Or is this a false breakout? Huh. Let's check lower time frames and find out. Looking at your 1 hour. 1 hour. Is that a rising wedge that I see? Is that a rising wedge that I see? Are they trying to hoodwink you on Ondo? Oh, this is some bullshit. Oh, this is some whale game shit right here. The rising wedge pattern on the breakout. This is the worst thing I could ever see. I don't like this because everyone's loading up on their longs and they're probably never going to see price get above 178.562. Probably never going to see it. And then you're going to have this thing dump hard. And I mean hard. I usually see stuff like this in the bear market though. I don't see this in bull markets. Not usually. So naturally, I'm looking at Ondo to fall terribly hard. Oh god. Coming back down, most likely down to 123. This is some bear market shit. I don't like that. Oof. Alright, anyways, that's Ondo on the 1 hour. You have a high stochastic, you're sitting in neutral territory, you're starting to see distribution happen. Ondo might be set up for a great short. Stop loss to be safe, get it above that 183.99. If you want to be a little more risk averse, you'd have the stop loss sitting right above 178.326, and you'd be looking for this to play out all the way down to 122.35. Wow. That's messed up. Daily candle from yesterday, good sized wick down but closed green. Isn't that usually good? Technically, Chewy, the only problem with Bitcoin. Oh wait, are you talking about for Ondo right now? Talking about for Ondo? Right here? Or are you talking about Bitcoin? Yeah, on Ondo? So typically, yes, that would be good, but you did not bullishly engulf this red candle up here at 178.90. So this right here it's usually some tomfoolery. It's a false breakout. So these false breakouts are really crappy and they're really hard to find. But when you do identify them, give them all the weight in the world that this rising wedge pattern is going to play out. As soon as you see this rising wedge pattern on a breakout, it's kind of like, oh, wait a minute. What is this? Unless Bitcoin does some crazy stuff and starts pumping to the upside, then it can cancel this out. You're on the weekly? No, it's okay. It's all good. The weekly's just not over. The week is not over. But this is also why we go from high time frame to low. Ondo right now, I would be shorting the hell out of it, but my stop loss would be sitting at 178.79. That's where my stop loss would have to be. Which, as a percentage up, we're looking at a 5.44% upside. So I could go 10x on this. And the expectation would be to fall down 27%. Yeah, these patterns, they are rough. I'm going to mark this out just so I can see it in the future, but I'm expecting price not to get above that. If price manages to break that, first off, I'll be surprised. And secondly, yeah, then I have to rethink how I'm doing TA on this particular sighting. But every time I see this sighting, it always falls. And it usually falls fast. Like, aggressively. So we're going to have to wait and see. Oh, we're even resetting our stochastic on the 15-minute, lower high, starting to put in a downtrend possibly. Possible downtrend could be starting. Just, you're looking at it sort of like this. We'll see if it can break out of that, but yeah, not good. Not good. Double top on your relative strength, higher price. I'm not excited about Ondo right now. All right, let's jump into AVAX real quick. So AVAX coming in next. 9:15. I have a little bit more time to be on here before I got to start going into the daughter's routine for going to bed. All right, so you can see back here, you had bearish divergence on AVAX. AVAX then took a dive down 74%. These weekly bearish divergences are a big deal. Now it just looks like you're doing some distribution, but you have a new overhead resistance that's going to be very hard to break out of for AVAX. Hold on, let me check this. We're back in the green for the sushi short. Ugh, gross. Gross. All right, checking your daily time for Marja Tag. Thank you so much for the sub, Prime sub. We love that. If you have any requests, welcome in. Welcome in. Dive on into the request. Just let me know what you got. Let me know what you got. Can I do Soul next, please? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Got you covered. Alrighty. So, looking at AVAX daily time frame, did we have it? No? Nope. So wait a second. Yeah, no bearish divergence to speak of. So this just looks like distribution. Looks like you're just resetting indicators. So this actually doesn't look nearly as bad as a lot of other things because you don't have that bearish divergence. Looking at your 4-hour time frame for AVAX, Marja, you subbed before you followed? Let's give it up for Marja. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. That is amazing. Thank you. Never have seen that before, honestly. Alrighty. So now diving into a little bit more of this on the 4-hour, you can see we got oversold. It looks like we're just resetting indicators. This thing could continue falling, just like the rest of the market. But hold on, AVAX showing its strength on a breakout on the 4-hour. Whoa. AVAX broke out of that. Let's see what your 1 hour is looking like. Are we down sloping in this? We are. God damn it. All right, never mind. I take it back. All the sweet nothings I was saying about AVAX. Oh, no, you're trying. You're trying desperately hard to break out. Ugh. Bearish consolidation. Getting out of oversold territory, allowing you further downside. That's unfortunate. I was about to say a lot of sweet nothings about AVAX, but here we are. You've been subbed on your YouTube for a bit, but more active on here. Oh, okay. Well, hey, I appreciate it. But yeah, we're live on both. Just so you know, Tuesday, Thursdays are the only days where it's going to be sub only and membership only chat. But Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, those are open for everybody. However, considering you are a sub, then you will have priority over every non-sub request. So there's that. And there's a tier system on the YouTube side, just like there's a tier system on the Twitch side. So if you're a tier 2, you have priority over the tier 1s and the regular folks. And if you're a tier 3, you have priority over everyone. And then the only way you get priority over that is if you guys donate above the threshold of the tier 3s. So there's that. Just getting the disclaimer out there. But yeah, we're just out here monetizing and trying to cut down on all the extra noise from the crazy amount of requests that we end up getting here. Which I do appreciate each and every one of your requests. It does help out the stream a lot to keep things rolling. It's just when we hit the 6-hour stream the other day and over 100 requests, that was wild. That was absolutely wild. I didn't realize I could get that many requests. Looking at AVAX objectively here, I would be looking toward the downside, of course, because this is a very bearish consolidation. You're pressed up against your demand line right now with a high stochastic. That implies to me downside is probably coming. 15% downside for AVAX, extremely likely. Extremely likely. If you do happen to get a break to the upside, you're looking at 47.78. If I were trading this, I would have a stop loss, probably about 46.63 would be my stop loss, just in case you get this weird wick up, trying to stop out all the higher leverage shorts, and then see the rollover later. So that's what I'm seeing out of AVAX. AVAX, it's just looking like another flush. We'll see if we get the entirety of this 15% downside, or if the market decides to go extremely bullish suddenly and stop out every short possible. But right now, the shorts are getting baited in strong if that happens. Checking out Solana. So going into Solana. So now we got to look at it on the weekly. I've been calling for Solana to go up about 45%, but now I'm starting to see we can't do that just yet because Bitcoin started ruining the parade. We did a very good thing of backtesting 202. However, I'm sorry. Weekly bearish divergence. I'm sorry. Golly. Triple weekly bearish divergence. Holy shit. You got a high here, higher high, lower relative strength, and a third higher high. That's unfortunate. I don't like that. All right, so now we're just looking at where this thing can pull back to, honestly. We had an absolute ripping, roaring run. What is that blue thing? I don't know. You know what, let's just redo the chart. There's so much noise on this thing, it's unreal. It's unreal. All right, so Solana did do a very good thing. It set a new all-time high. But with that being said, it did put in triple bearish divergence. That's not a good look. It's really not a good look. Got resistance right there. Trying to find support off that 202 level. We got a little bit of support down here. So we got a pocket of support down there between 185 and 202. If we lose those levels, you are likely to come down to this level here at 137.11 to, let's get the low in, to 127.81. That is likely to happen on this pullback. If it continues, is what it is. James, thank you so much for the follow. How you doing? Welcome in. Sorry it's sub only chat today, but tomorrow it will be open to everyone. So there's that. Looking at your daily. Now your daily time frame's trying to give you some hope. It's trying really hard. You're bouncing off the 50 simple moving average. It's solid hope, but understand you are in a downtrend. You are in a serious downtrend, and you are looking to continue to the downside likely. So there is that. Anyways, yeah, this is going to be major support. If we lose this level at 127, it's going to get nasty. So I'm hoping, really hoping, Solana, as it comes down, maintain above that. Daily is not oversold. You just have a low stochastic. That is all you got here. Checking out your 4-hour time frame, that looks bad. Looks really bad. 4 hours stochastics resetting while maintaining below your most recent, not only resistance but support. Where do I get this level from? From this candle high here and these candles here. So if we stay below 222, we are then likely to continue our descent. That sucks. All right, anyways, going from low to high, right here, you can see it also lines up with your 50% retrace, which, unfortunately, would then lead you toward the very strong possibility of seeing a 12% fall, more likely testing support down here at 14% to the downside for Solana. You are about to get a death cross on the 4-hour time frame to then solidify this thing could be going down. Sorry to bring the bad news about Solana, but hey, positive here. Your 1 hour tried to break out. You hit your you hit your 50 simple. There's the positive. You hit your 50 simple. You have a possibility of getting a bounce to the upside. I just think it would be very hard to then break out of this downtrend that you've been forming this whole time. So even if you do get really bullish tomorrow, then I'm still looking for resistance somewhere in the neighborhood of 235 for Solana. If I were trading this though, yeah, I would be looking at this as downtrending consolidation. I would then be having a stop loss sitting somewhere above this wick high at 226.06, and I would have my profit taking at 191.68. So Marja, hopefully this helps you out. Hopefully you don't feel like you wasted the request, but yeah, I'd be looking for shorting opportunities. That looks bad. Looks bad, man. Sushi, we're starting to print. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. We'll dive into sushi after we're done looking at all of the other requests that normally come in. So we just checked out Solana. Let's go ahead and check out Sui. Actually, you guys don't even request Sui anymore, so never mind. I'm not checking Sui. We're going to check XLM. Where are you at? XLM. XLM. Diving into XLM. So, looking on the weekly. Also, you know what? We might have to look at Sui, because Sui, considering it's been consolidating so much, it looks a lot like Kaspa, where they do look really good. Did Kava drop enough for me to buy it yet? It did, surprisingly, but I need to do TA on it to let you know if it's even the right time. Yeah, I'm not in profit anymore. It's disturbing, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, you can wait. Hey, man. Yeah, you can. You can. So, right now, XLM still overbought territory. Did we do CAS? We did not. We'll throw in some CAS. All right, so looking at XLM here, you can see this falling, broadening wedge looking thing, but we are overbought on the weekly, starting to put in that distribution. The thing most people are going to hate hearing me say is the fact that it can and probably should drop all the way down to 1427. Now, the reason I say that is because you shot out of it and you never back tested as support. That is something that is not very popular for me to say, but if we get down there, people will appreciate me for saying it. So, XLM, I mean, if you didn't take profit anywhere in this range, I'm not really sure what you were doing. I'm really not sure what you were doing. But we do not have bearish divergence on the weekly, which is very nice to see. So you have the possibility of still making a slightly higher high, getting up to 71.11. If that's what you're waiting for, okay, great. Let's see if we can get it. Let's go down to your daily time frame. Now on your daily, the nice thing here, you did make a 50% retrace. You did not, and I repeat, did not have bearish divergence on the daily, so the big boys are still buying. This just looks like a resetting of indicators. So this is good. This is very good for XLM. Looking at your 4 hour. 4 hour looks like dog shit. It looks terrible. It looks ugly. I don't like it. However, same thing. Normal distribution, resetting your indicators. Literally what I'm saying here is XLM could be setting up for more upside. Could be. I would expect it to either hold on to your support here or test 30 cents. Makes the most sense, but noted, we could just set a lower high and continue the downtrend. But no, actually, XLM, surprising to say, looks pretty darn decent. We're going to see if it can break this downtrend, then test this one. But going into, yeah, your 4 hour looks terrible though. High stochastic. You're still in the bearish control zone, but you can tell it was almost completely oversold. it's going to want to confirm a bottom. So that's really what's happening here. You're waiting for it to confirm a bottom. You did break out of this consolidation range, which is nice because you can see right here it was acting as serious. Oh, you fell back into it though. Damn. All right, it was acting as resistance, but you know, maybe you're just trying to test the demand line. Just maybe. We did have an acceleration to the downside here. Let's see how that looks. Oh, you tried to break out and you fell back in. Well, shit. Anyways, going into the 15-minute. 15-minute time. Oh, 15's trying to reset. This is a very good look. This is great. The fact that you're trying to reset, you had your bearish divergence play out to the downside, trying to reset your indicators now. However, in the extreme short term, you would be looking at this little pattern here. Right there, you would then be looking to go back and test support. If you can hold support, fantastic. Your larger time frames are telling you you're going to go down much further, but you're... Hold on. Hi, babe. Hello? Do I not have service? Hello?
Babe, I can't see you very well. Yeah.
Can't see you at all. Is it dark?
Let me try again.
Sorry, wife's in the hospital. I got to,
The email.
Yeah, wife's in the hospital. Baby's, I mean, going through some stuff with the baby. So we're hoping that she's gonna be fine and discharged tomorrow. But as of right now, she's getting a little homesick for the baby. So there's that. She's currently pregnant, but we have a 2-year-old. You know, yeah. Thank you. There's it's like preemie type situation. So, can you see me? I gotta take a brief intermission. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. Of course, that looks terrible. I'll be right back, guys. You see me?
Alrighty, sorry, I'm back. Alright, sorry, wife was wanting to see baby. She was completely not understanding. I just had a couple more charts to burn through real quick, and then yeah, we're gonna be good to go. But yeah, so XLM, basically what I'm looking at is about a 4.6% downside. So this is how I would currently be playing XLM, and then I'd wait and see if the bigger move could happen. So right now, bigger move, if this is going to drop, we're looking at 31.89. So I would first play this. I would see what happens. Maybe you get a bounce back up to your demand line here, but this thing could possibly drop 22%. 22% on XLM is possible. So there is that. All right, let's check out CAS real quick, since it was requested. Checking out Kaspa. Now, Kaspa, on the other hand, I'm more bullish on Kaspa because of what it's already done. Now, Kaspa, yes, it has a weekly terrible candle so far, but you're above your 50 simple, just above it. The fact that you had this downtrend here for so very long, and then you managed to break out of it and backtest it as support, I'm feeling worst case scenario, you're going to backtest it again. Probably on like a wick low or something. But Kaspa, I do think, is built a little bit different right now. You had your triple bearish divergence followed by the drop. So now with that drop, you saw Kaspa fall 51%. Currently, you are just bouncing back. You have set a lower high, which that's perfectly fine, but you are above your support. If Kaspa can stay above 14432, I do believe this is your new accumulation range for Kaspa. But you do have a high stochastic on the weekly. That is something to pay attention to. If you manage to lose this level of support, you are very likely coming straight back down to 99409. But I do believe currently for this bull run, I believe Kaspa's bottom is in. So the fact that I think that Kaspa is one of the coins that I am indiscriminately buying non-stop. Every single dip right now, buying opportunity. Just buy. So then, right now, you do have this consolidation range. Looks like we're about to lose the consolidation range, which is too bad, but we're just going to have to wait and see if that plays out. Right now also, we just lost our 200 daily moving average, but we have our 50 simple moving average sitting right below us at 14222. So if we do see it fall down there, could be a great place to pick it up. Checking out your 4 hour. 4 hour is flatlining to the downside, setting a higher low. It is currently setting a higher low, yes. Doing a lot better than most other tokens simply because it recently took its weekly drop from that bearish divergence. So it is in the reaccumulation phase, ready for a big move to the upside when the market's ready. Oh, by the way, I need to look at Chewy. Did you want me to look at Kava for you? I'm sorry, I didn't realize if that was a request or not. My bad. So right now, it's still technically a higher low. So Kaspa is in the running for not being terrible. In the running. But on your 4 hour time frame, you are not oversold yet. No, it was just a random question, not a chart request. Gotcha, Chewy, gotcha. Checking out your 1 hour. 1 hour looks terrible. Absolutely horrendous. So your 1 hour time frame, this is the most distinct downsloping consolidation ever. But we do have that bullish divergence on the 1 hour. This is kind of nice. Bullish divergence, downsloping consolidation. It's bad, but it's not that bad. You know, it's like you got chicken pox. It's bad, but it's not that bad because you're still a child, and chicken pox, you'll heal from it. Whereas others, it was like you're getting chicken pox as an adult. You might die. It's way different. Way different. All right. 15-minute does look like more downside ahead, but just like XLM, this is looking a bit stronger in my opinion. I would be looking at this just like this, where we did have that peak high. If we do get a fall,
I'd be looking for that 14.90665 if we get the fall. I do think it would be short-lived, but even with that, that could be a local double bottom. Yeah, that would be a local double bottom, which then I would expect much higher prices if it can get down there. So Caspa, I'm leaning much more bullish on, but also keep in mind, if Bitcoin decides to dump hard, this thing's going to dump pretty hard, and it'll probably have a really big wick to the downside. But yeah, Caspa, I'm leaning way more bullish on Caspa than most other crypto. This one looks really, really good. Really good. All right, last but not least, in the slightest, we're going to look at XRP. XRP. Apparently, it just came out with a stablecoin today. It says Discord, but I still think XRP is just disgracefully high. It's crazy high. We're going to get rid of this real quick. However, XRP, just like XLM, they are showing no bearish divergence on the weekly. None whatsoever. So it still has the capability of going up. Still does. Still looking at that $3 level. Still possible. We're going to get rid of these lines real quick, and we're going to just check it out on the daily. But you are overbought on the weekly. Understand that. Understand consolidation is likely. But let's look at your daily. Now, your daily, looking at this, you did not, and I repeat, did not have bearish divergence. This is just a resetting of all of your indicators. So XLM and XRP, they literally are built a little different right now, and they do look like they're trying to continue to the upside. The big boys are not distributing this yet. We could see the slightly higher high with distribution in the coming days, weeks, or months. But XRP right now, it has a downtrend that you need to break out of. You have a local level of support right here based off these two candle closes. I still would expect a bit more downside. It would make all the sense in the world to me to come back down to 155.98 before seeing another rally to the upside. Would make all the sense in the world. Reason being is because on your weekly, you can see last time we were at these levels, it was your previous all-time highs. We never back tested it. Understand, if the pullback gets nasty, XRP could possibly come all the way back down to 66 cents because you never back tested this level that was formerly resistance as support. A lot of people went with pent-up frustration over XRP, so once it started, it was hard to stop the underdog narrative. That's true. But, you know, give the big boys some time. They'll rein it in. Just give them some time. Going down to your 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour, you can see you're trying to reset your indicators, so I'm expecting a lot more consolidation, but it does look like you're flagging out. So the fact that you have 2 touches, not surprising if you get a third touch to the downside. Not surprising. But beautiful little flag here. Noted, if we were to break out and back test it as support in the nearer future, still would make sense. Going out to your 1-hour time frame, on your 1 hour, you can see we are starting to set a lower high, finding a lot of resistance up here. That's a problem. That's a bit of a problem. On the lighter note, on the good side, you can see we did have a downtrend that we just never back tested as support. We broke out of it. We're holding above, looking like it wants to try to go up, but we do have a high stochastic going into the evening. I would not trust this thing for going up. Not overbought. Checking out your 15-minute, you can see the distribution. So sort of like XLM, I would be looking for this like crazy short-term play to the downside just to reset the 15-minute. So if I was scalp trading on XRP, which I am not, I would have a stop loss probably sitting right above this wick high, sitting right here like 235, thinking this downtrend would continue right here, thinking it would continue. Could break out in the next few minutes, but who knows? And I would be looking to take profit at 218.17. Safer bet would be to have a stop loss at 241.69. 241.69, not clearing your highs and watching price fall. So that's how I would be playing XLM right now. And yeah, percentage downward would be looking at possible 6.5% downside possible if it doesn't break out. So that's XRP right now. And now for my own sake, we're going to go look at sushi, see what I was looking at the sushi trade, why I entered it. I'm sure you guys saw exactly why I entered it based off all the other charts. But looking at sushi here, it tried to break out too. Oh my gosh. So looking at sushi, I was very objective. I was like, hey, maybe it pops up. But what all I can see here is you hit a low once, you popped up, you hit a low twice, significantly lower high. So now on the 1 hour is where I made this trade. So 1 hour time frame. Not only did you make a significantly lower high, but you also were failing to get above your 236 Fibonacci retracement, and you couldn't even test your 2099 level. So naturally speaking, I was like, oh, looks like a shorting opportunity to me for the 23% downside, possibly getting down to 154.5. This is the short that I'm currently in, and I do have an extremely tight stop loss at $2.07. So this right now is my active trade setup. The 1 hour does look like it's ready to fall. Last time your stochastic was high, was up here, and it reset down here. Now your stochastic is just as high, your relative strength just as high, and we are significantly lower. I think a flush could happen. Just flushing that price down the toilet. Alright, everybody. So that is what I got for you tonight. This was a live stream. This was what I had. We got through and I'm going to say this out loud. Two requests. This was a lot smoother. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming out. Thank you. So actually it was 3 ICP, but it was already in the lineup, so we're going to chalk that off as no request. But I greatly thank you guys for coming out. If you could do me a huge favor, hit the like on the YouTube. If you're over there on Twitch and you're not a part of it yet, join the Discord. Discord's a great place to stay in touch with everybody. I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully my wife will be home too, so that I don't have to worry so much about my daughter and I don't have to do the nighttime routine. Tell the wife we said feel better. I will tell her that she needs all the blessing possible, because there is a slight possibility she might have to stay in the hospital for a few weeks. So that part kind of sucks. It's not anything to do with her health. It has to do with possibility of our baby wanting to come out a bit early. So I really do hope that doesn't happen, and I hope she gets discharged and everything's okay. But I thank you all for the prayers. I thank you all for the kind words. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Catch you in Discord. If you have any requests, drop them in there. I will check the charts as best as I can. And yeah, other than that, take it easy. Keep those stop losses tight. Deuces. Much love. I'll catch you in the next one. My son's already not following the rules? Yeah, that's right. That's right.